Your neighbor decides which government falls tomorrow. You find out about it over dinner tonight. 70% of individuals with top-level U.S. security clearances don't live in D.C. They chose the silence of the Virginia woods, 15 minutes from the capital. Welcome to the trianglomerate, McLean, Alexandria, and Arlington. This is the living shield around the center of power, where the concentration of secret clearances per square mile is higher than anywhere else on the planet. Here, you don't buy square footage for the view. You invest in geopolitical superiority. George Washington and Bernard Arnault didn't choose this land for aesthetics. They chose it for membership in a club that manages trillions. I prepared a list of 5 mansions with explosive potential for 2026. Where land scarcity meets the interests of intelligence and the defense industry, returns become double-digit. These aren't just properties, they are your tickets into the system. We begin. Number 5, the presidential artifact in Alexandria, $60 million. We start with a lot that was never supposed to be private. Riverview Estate is the only private enclave literally carved into the territory of the Mount Vernon National Museum. This isn't a house purchase, it's an investment in legitimacy. While others buy new builds, you own the foundation of the empire just 9 miles from the Oval Office. The shock factor here isn't the 15 bathrooms, it's the $450,000 annual tax bill. That is the price for 400 feet of Potomac waterfront, patrolled by the Secret Service as strictly as the Capitol perimeter. History is the only resource that cannot be manufactured. Number 4, the Arnault Land Bank in Scottsville. $52.6 million. If the previous lot provided status, this one provides scale. This is a case study from the world's wealthiest man, Bernard Arnault. Mount Ida Reserve is nearly 3,000 acres of power, twice the size of the neighboring Trump estate. Arnault didn't buy this for the vineyards. He bought control over the landscape. The math is staggering. The territory already contains 150 pre-platted buildable lots, ready for realization without new permits. Yet the taxes are only $39,000 thanks to agricultural deferments. In 2026, this estate becomes the ultimate land offshore. Number 3, the Langley Hideaway in McLean, $18 million. We move to Langley Farms, the most restricted zip code in the world. This is a place where silence is a product of electronic warfare systems, not a lack of neighbors. The CIA headquarters is just 3 miles away. This property, a monolithic shell of concrete and steel, is currently the most discussed deal in the trianglomerate. You're picking it up at a 25% discount. To a layman, it's a distressed project. To an insider, it's an opportunity to build a hardened headquarters from scratch, bypassing years of security vetting. Number 2, the Tech Command Center in McLean, $16 million, a trophy mansion for the top brass of the military-industrial complex. We are 5 minutes from the headquarters of defense giants like General Dynamics and Northrop Grumman. The logic is simple. If your company manages trillion-dollar Pentagon contracts, you need a home that matches your clearance level. The master suite is engineered as an isolated security perimeter. With Virginia's 5.75% income tax versus California's 13%, the savings on maintaining this home run into the millions, simply based on your zip code. Number 1, the Dynasty Forge in Oakton, $15 million. The final chord of our ranking, Edge Hill Estate. This is where new money ends and eternal interests begin. The primary advantage is hidden in the tax code. Virginia is one of the few states with no state-level inheritance or estate tax. On a $50 million estate, the savings for your family would be $8 million. The 13-car garage isn't for a collection, it's for a full-scale security motorcade. This is the most secure way to build a family seat under the protection of the system. The trianglomerate isn't geography, it's an operating system of power. Here, you pay for the right to know the news before it hits the Reuters wire. Land scarcity and proximity to the money printer make these homes the most liquid assets of the decade. Your move: claim Washington's soil for $60 million and assert your leadership, or take the CIA-adjacent shell in Langley and run the world from the shadows. Tell me in the comments which strategy you would choose. Subscribe if you value hard-hitting analytics without the fluff. Forget everything you thought you knew about Alaska. This isn't a landscape for log cabins and survival stories. This is Alaska Endgame. We're going inside the most gate-kept, high-stakes estates in the 49th state. From 18-car garages to private coastal empires, this is what peak luxury looks like at the edge of the world. Let's ride. Most people think Alaska is just ice and isolation. Real ones know it's a premier tax haven with views that make Malibu look mid. While everyone else is suffocating in the California tax hell, the big players have found the ultimate loophole. We're breaking down 5 properties that redefine remote luxury. No neighbors, no limits, and property taxes so low, they feel like a typo. First up, the coastal empire in Ninilchik. This isn't just a house, it's a fortress of solitude. 11 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and 160 acres of untouched wilderness. You own everything from the towering spruce trees to the coastline of Cook Inlet. It's the definition of wealth whispers, designed for those who want to disappear in a five-star setting. The damage, $9.8 million. The flex, the property tax is a total steal at just $7,344 a year. In Malibu, a $10 million estate hits you with a $120,000 tax bill every year. In Alaska, you're saving $100,000 annually just for breathing the mountain air. Your only neighbor is a brown bear, and he's way more chill than the paparazzi in Bel Air. Next, the architectural statement in Anchorage. If you want that succession energy, this lakefront masterpiece is the one. It's an aggressive mix of floor-to-ceiling glass and steel. You're right on Sand Lake, which means you can dock your private float plane at your back door. It screams, "I own the city." The damage, $3,495,000. The tax, you pay for the zip code here, $32,245 a year. In San Francisco, a house with a private dock would have a tax bill that looks like a phone number. This is for the boss who wants to see the sunrise over the water through 30-foot windows. Third, the Collector's Bunker in Hill Haven. This house is a private museum, 16,000 square feet of pure dominance. But the real reason this is a top-tier flex? The 18-car garage. Who needs 18 cars in Alaska? Are you starting a private Uber fleet for polar bears? Or just housing your G-Wagon collection in a climate-controlled bunker while the winter rages outside? The damage, $3,495,000. The tax, $42,384 a year. Even at $42,000, you're getting 4 times the house you'd get in California for a fraction of the Cali tax trap. It's a cheat code for collectors. Fourth, the modern Alpine in Girdwood. Girdwood is Aspen without the snobs. This is a 2024 custom build with ski-in, ski-out elite energy. Imagine coming off the slopes of Mount Alyeska straight into a masterpiece where mountain peaks are framed in every window like fine art. The damage, $2,500,000. The tax, incredibly reasonable at $9,792 a year. Try finding a new build ski chalet in Vail for this price. You can't. You get world-class peaks and a tax bill that doesn't make you want to cry. Finally, the throne at Mount Magnificent. The name isn't marketing, it's a fact. You sit so high you're practically touching the clouds with 360-degree views of the Chugach Mountains. It's got a 6-car garage and finishes ripped from a design magazine. This isn't a home, it's a throne. The damage, $2,195,000. The tax, $23,317 a year. That's the price for the ego of being the highest house on the block and looking down at the clouds every morning. Alaska luxury hits different. It's not about being seen, it's about being free. No traffic, no state income tax, just pure scale. So what's your move? Are you staying in the tax trap states? Or are you taking the $120,000 tax savings into Nilchik and living like a king? Drop a comment with exit plan if you're ready to trade the rat race for the mountain flex. Hit that follow button for more. We're out. Yeehaw! Welcome to the heat of Texas. Today we're skipping the dusty ranches and the cattle. We're talking high-end concrete, gold, and glass. We are stepping into the inner sanctum of the people who actually run this state. Ready to join the Dallas Buyers Club? Or is the Houston polish more your style? Today, I'm showing you the top 7 elite estates in Texas. Watch closely and count the cash. Let's ride. The Miramar Castle, $22,995,000. We're starting in Highland Park. Taxes here run about $430,000 a year. This isn't just a house, it's an architectural masterpiece in the French Renaissance style. Highland Park is the Texas version of Beverly Hills, where every square inch of dirt is worth its weight in gold. This estate looks like a set from a movie about old-world aristocracy, but inside, it's packed with smart home tech that costs more than a private island. The Preston Sanctuary, $23 million. Next up, Dallas. Property taxes, another $430,000. This lot is for the person who understands the true value of land. We are looking at one of the largest private estates on the legendary Preston Road. You want to know why the price tag is so bold? You aren't just buying walls, you're buying a level of privacy that's nearly impossible to find in Dallas. Your neighbors here are sports team owners and oil tycoons, and the land value has spiked so much in 10 years that your investment likely doubled before you even moved in. The Houston Oil Monument, $23,500,000. Moving over to Houston, taxes, $440,000 a year. This home on Briarwood Court is pure ego. Houston is a city of big money and very serious players. Built like a classic European palace, the ceilings and staircases here are so grand, you'll want to hire a private butler on day one. Houston's elite don't care for noise, they care for scale. and this home delivers it in spades. Hunter's Glen Manor, $24,500,000. Back in Dallas, University Park. Taxes, $460,000. This house is a local legend. University Park is the zip code for the most influential families in Texas. The massive reception halls were designed for closing market-shifting deals over a glass of wine. Over the last few years, the price for assets of this class has surged by 35%. This is your front-row ticket to the Texas establishment. The Billionaire's River Ranch, $32 million. Now for the real spirit of Texas, just outside San Antonio, a one-of-a-kind estate on the Guadalupe River. You don't have the insane Highland Park tax rate here, but you do have acres of absolute freedom. This is for the person who wants to live like they're in the show Yellowstone, but with 5-star hotel luxury. Private riverfront access, space for a helipad, and a total disconnect from civilization. This is the choice for those who have nothing left to prove. The Belfort Trophy, $34,500,000. Back to Dallas, the pinnacle of Highland Park. Taxes, a staggering $650,000 annually. This home is a literal trophy, frequently cited as the gold standard of modern architecture. In the last 4 years, the land value in this specific pocket has nearly doubled. This is blue-chip real estate. Maximum stability, maximum prestige, and maximum price. Are you ready to pay for the right to be the best? The Walnut Hill Palace, $64 million. And the finale, the boss of all bosses in Dallas, the legendary Crespi Hicks estate. Property taxes? Get ready to cut a check for $1.2 million every single year. This isn't just a house, it's a piece of history. Presidents and world leaders have been guests here. Owning nearly 30 acres of land in the heart of a major metropolis is unheard of. Your own park, a private lake, and architecture that puts European castles to shame. In 2016, its price tag dominated global headlines. This is the most ambitious asset in the state. Are you locking in the win? The stakes are on the table. If you had the choice today, where are you parking your capital? Will you choose the bold and business-heavy Dallas, the oil-rich luxury of Houston, or the wild freedom near San Antonio? Drop your choice in the comments and back it up. Let's see who has the best eye for assets. And subscribe if your ambitions are bigger than the Texas border. See you at the top! Land is scarce. Money is infinite. Welcome to Aspen, Colorado, a city of empty mansions and the most expensive peaks on Earth. To tourists, this is a playground. But to the 1%, these summits are a private portfolio. Most of these estates sit vacant 10 months a year, and that's exactly why they're valuable. We are going behind the gates of 6 estates starting at $40 million. But fair warning, the first 5 are just a warm-up for the property tax on the final lot. Stay tuned, because that single number will make you reevaluate your entire net worth. We begin at the Peak on Hayden Road, a 50-acre anthem to quiet luxury. No gold leaf here, just private hiking trails and a direct line of sight to Castle Peak. This is a sanctuary for top-tier hedge fund managers who value autonomy over status. To own this invisible fortress in the woods, you will pay $68,432 in annual taxes. It's the ultimate hideout for those who've already proven everything and simply want to disappear while the crowds fight for space on the public gondolas. Next, we move to the aggressive ski-in, ski-out enclave of Beaver Creek. You literally launch from your private ski lounge onto a World Cup run. This is a home for old money, where a library of rare first editions outranks smart gadgets. The tax here bites harder, $112,850 a year. It's a ticket to a world where neighbors recognize your family crest, not your face. Here, you don't just live, you command the mountain that others only see via a lift pass. Then comes the legendary Starwood, Aspen's first double-gated community. This level of isolation was famously craved by John Denver. The floor-to-ceiling windows turn the 4 surrounding resorts into a living canvas. An annual tax of $52,190 almost feels modest for a seat in this historic center of power. You aren't paying for walls here, you're paying for the scent of success and absolute, untouchable security. At the $50 million mark on Popcorn Lane, we find Liquid Gold. This estate sits directly on the banks of the Roaring Fork River, a feature more coveted in Aspen than mountain proximity. A private beach and cascading ponds create a symphony that drowns out the rest of the world. Lots on Popcorn Lane hit the market once a decade. A $55,600 tax is a small price for a rare natural resource. Here, the river belongs to you by deed, not just by nature. Now, an architectural masterpiece in Hallam Lake for those who refuse to compromise. Your backyard is a protected nature preserve where elk join you for breakfast, yet the town's five-star restaurants are a 5-minute walk away. It's a glass facade sanctuary with Pentagon-level security. The tax? $62,300. This is for the owner who wants both worlds, the dead silence of the wilderness and the pulse of Aspen's social elite, without ever leaving their property line. Finally, we reached the summit, the final boss on the legendary Billionaire's Mountain. This is the highest buildable point in the valley. Above you, there is only sky and private jets. The house is carved into the bedrock, hiding a subterranean labyrinth of spas and a museum-grade garage. For the right to look down on the world, the owner pays $145,000 in annual taxes, the price of a brand new Porsche every single year. This is a strategic command center for a life lived at the top of the Forbes list. 6 houses, $300 million. While the world debates currency fluctuations, these owners invest in eternity. Which safe would you choose? The serenity of the river or the power of the peak? Drop your number from 1 to 6 in the comments. But if that's not enough, I have something special for the true Aspen connoisseurs. A single lot that costs as much as all 6 of these homes combined. Stillwater Ranch, the $300 million final boss, and the concrete bastions of the Rockies are waiting for you in part 2. Click the link right now, and I'll see you at the top. Forget Silicon Valley. The center of America's quiet money has shifted to Puget Sound. While everyone is debating California's taxes, the world's most exclusive IT enclave has been quietly taking shape in the shadows of the Washington forests. Seattle, Redmond, and Bellevue form the Golden Triangle, where Amazon's headquarters sit right next to Blue Origin. The ace up the sleeve? No state income tax. For major capital, these savings completely cover the cost of maintaining a $20 million mansion. In Bellevue, you'll run into a neighbor at a coffee shop who closed a $1 billion deal yesterday, but he'll be wearing a simple hoodie and sneakers. Here, people don't flaunt wealth, they manage it. Today, I'm ranking 5 properties under $100 million based on their potential growth coefficient. The high-tech visionary, Bellevue, $21,500,000. We're starting the ranking with the ultimate growth point, Bellevue. This city is absorbing capital from the valley faster than any other hub in the US. This property is the quintessence of success. Nearly 9,000 square feet of living space on a massive 1.78-acre lot. The tax bill is simply the entry fee for a club that carries more weight today than a San Francisco zip code. Your neighbors? The inner circle of Microsoft's founders. My analysis: in the last 25 years, land value in key waterfront spots here has grown nearly 8 times. In the scarcity of Lake Washington, this is the asset with the highest growth potential on my list today. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. The Enitai entry point, Bellevue, $9,985,000. $10 million. In this market, that's an entry-level ticket, but it's pure gold. Enitai is the location for those who value time. 5 minutes from Amazon's offices with total privacy. With a $53,000 tax bill, you get the perfect liquid asset. While $50 million lots sit on the market for years, homes like this sell in weeks. This is a segment any bank understands. If you need to park capital with a quick exit to cash, this is option number 1. The Olson Kundig Sanctuary, Seattle, $18,450,000. Collectible real estate. Architect Tom Kundig's name acts as an insurance policy here. The $146,000 tax is justified by a neighborhood of the intellectual elite and owners of the largest private practices. It's an architectural masterpiece that turns 150 feet of shoreline into art. The growth potential lies in absolute uniqueness. Building a second home like this in this location is simply not allowed by law anymore. Every foot of Seattle waterfront is a scarcity, but every foot by Kundig is an unmatched exclusive. The Heritage Waterfront, Seattle, $19,945,000. Seattle Old Money. An estate with a private lagoon in Laurelhurst for $19,945,000, where homes stay off the open market for decades. The $161,000 tax is the price of owning an acre of land in the historic heart of the city. Growth here is moderate, but incredibly steady. This isn't a speculative play. It's a resource that will never depreciate. In any crisis, Laurelhurst stands like a rock. It's your personal bank vault of over 11,000 square feet, protected from inflation by the region's geography. The Mercer Island Trophy, $25 million. The crown jewel of the list, a modern fortress on Mercer Island. This is a billionaire sanctuary. Industry titans have lived here for generations. But let's use cold calculation. $25 million is the market's psychological ceiling. The $112,000 tax is the price of absolute security. This is a long-game investment to preserve capital in the state's most prestigious enclave. There are no more vacant lots for a build of this scale on the island. You are buying the last available exclusive. The statistics are relentless. Puget Sound's premium segment has grown by 50% in 5 years. Why isn't it a bubble? The AI boom generates new millionaires every week, and the physical scarcity of waterfront land prevents prices from dropping. This is the harbor where technology meets hard assets. What's your move? Risk it for a 30% gain in Bellevue, or secure a forever asset in Laurelhurst? Let me know in the comments which house you'd take today if budget wasn't an issue. Let's see how many real strategists we have here. Subscribe if you value hard-hitting analytics without the fluff. Next up, more hidden hubs and real numbers. Don't miss it.